Amen, amen, amen.
Amen, amen.
Okay. I don't know if you saw the topic.
Yes, why me, Rabbi? Why me?
What's the topic?
Why me?
Why only me? And then I wrote that the class tonight will be a bomb. It will be, Be'ezrat Hashem. So I want you to leave all the questions for the end. I'll start with something that is not belong to the shiur, but I promise to answer it on the Zoom so everybody can hear. Tomorrow night, unfortunately, is the new year for the Goyim. And I was asked how to deal with that, with a family that used to do it probably for years, and now they know it's asur, and the kids now getting involved, say why we cannot do it, and so on and so on. So, to tell you an answer just like that, it's not fair and it's not professional. But from the question I can hear from the question that the Ashkafa, meaning what we're teaching in the house, is very much, it's lacking. It's lacking. It's not even a discussion. I don't know why it's a discussion. What do we have to do with it? What do we have to do with that? It's not a Jewish holiday. So why the kids having a question why we cannot celebrate? What, are you a goy? It's the simplest thing to explain to a child. We're not going.
Rabbi, we allowed to tell the goy worker or here or somebody else Happy New Year?
You can tell them whatever you want. You know, it's there a new year, so to be polite, if you tell you Happy New Year, say Happy New Year, and quietly you say for you. Now, to celebrate it, where this came from? So why you kids are not asking, why are we celebrating Ramadan? It's 30 days fast. Why this? No? It's fun, 30 days diet. I think within the family, maybe the grandparents or even the parents themselves, they emphasizing it and they talking so much about it and the balloon and everything else. At 12 o'clock at night, they started to count like who knows what happened. To your kids, you have to say one thing. It's not a Jewish holiday. We're not going to celebrate it. If yes, we're going to celebrate everything, including Ramadan. Including. That's what you want? Either you take it all, either you leave it all. So, okay, so I think you have to do a job with the kids, a chinuch job. Don't forget that night, this, as they call it, New Year's Eve, in Israel they call it Sylvester. This guy, if you're going to read the history, you don't know how many Jews he slaughtered on that night. To sit and to have a meal to celebrate Jews being slaughtered. Where are the parents? Okay, I think that's enough because I'm not used to talk about this topic. It sounds to me like stupidity, but somehow I don't know why the people who came out of Russia, for them to put a tree and yolka and all this, I don't know what you left. You're no more in Russia. Welcome to America. Okay. The topic of tonight is why only me. I want to read you from inside a book that called Sichot Musar. Rabbi Chaim Shmulevitz, it was the Rosh Yeshivat Mir Be'eretz Israel. A genius, geniuses. He says the madregato shel Adam, the level of a person, we measure it, נמדדת, לפי מידת אחריותו למעשיו. We measure you if you're a responsible person or not, according if you're responsible for your own doing or not. מי שאינו אחראי למעשיו כלל, if somebody is not responsible for what he's doing, הרי הוא בגדר של לאו בר דעת לגמרי. This person is not, his brain is not functioning. ואילו מי שאחראי למעשיו, whoever is responsible for his deeds, במידה הגדולה ביותר, in the highest level possible, הוא is the one הראוי, it fits him to be a king, לכתר מלכות. I want to ask everybody over here, when you got married, when you signed a ketubah, did you, I'm asking all the men now, and the ladies as well, did you got yourself responsibility, yes or no?
Yes.
What's the responsibility?
Yes. Take care of your wife.
Build a Jewish
To
home.
take care of your wife, Rabbi.
Build a Jewish home.
Take care of your wife. Do you want me to put them on the chat now? They're going to tell me how nice you're taking care of them.
Yeah, I'm on it, Rabbi Fani.
Maybe you're taking care of them.
You were yelling at him maybe before.
Not take care, it's take air. A-I-R. Not C-A-R-E, right? Taking air on it. Meaning my responsibility is air. Whoever is responsible, and we're responsible. He is the one that his wife should treat him like a king because he deserves it. He is responsible and he's taking care of whatever she needs. I promised, I'll keep my promise. Now I know that the man will not gonna like me, and I couldn't care less now. Whatever I have to say, I have to say. Meir came to my office. He needed counseling. Very good. He wanted to change the atmosphere in his house. So when he told me what's happening, I told him, listen to me. You do A, B, C, D, the atmosphere will change. Right away, he opened two eyes. He looked at me and said, why only me? How about my wife? What she have to do? Am I the only one to blame? Why I'm always have to give up? Why I have to give in? I said, this is what I told you to do. When your wife will come, I'll tell her what to do. Here comes Chaya, Meir's wife. What she is telling me, you're trying to demand from me to be, to be flexible because I'm softer, because you cannot deal with my husband because he's a difficult person, so you want me to be fried. I don't want to be the korban. Because I'm a softie, I have to suffer now. Because it's not comfortable to deal with my husband. I'm not ready to compromise anything. You cannot make me a scapegoat over here. Should I tell you how many times I heard it?
Rabbi, why do people bother coming to you if they're not willing to accept what you're saying?
He thinks he wants to change. He thinks. But actually, he wants me to say that he is right. And if I'm not saying what he wants to, I knew not to come here because you are ladies. Everybody knows you're taking ladies' side. My friend told me not to come to you. This is my nickname. Ladies. Ladies, Rabbi, be careful, which is totally irresponsible people. They don't know what they're doing. And now,
With Kvodarav, aren't other rabbis seen the same way? I mean, because if that's what the Torah says, if we manifest the energy that the guy gives us, he needs to give us the positive energy, right?
what?
I'm saying I'm just surprised that other rabbis would not be nicknamed the same way, because if you're teaching us what the Torah tells us, right? So would other rabbis be picking on the ladies?
I cannot answer for them. I have to answer for myself.
Okay. Fair enough.
When people are coming into my office and they're playing tough and they're telling me, I'm here because I want to put my wife in her place. Until she'll understand what she has to do. And what norm she have to get used to. She's not in her parents' house anymore. She's in my house. Sounds like the army. So I told them,
Rabbi, I have a question, Rabbi. When the Chatanim take Chatan classes, let's say, and when Rabbi give them advices and give them a life of marriage, the meaning of life of marriage, they don't see that before. So why they give them, why they do kiddushin for them if they're not ready? To abuse the wife, to abuse I don't understand.
You cannot teach the whole life lessons.
listen to me.
Yeah, but at least to see
I
that
want
he's
you to
not
listen.
ready. So, hello, you're not
I
ready
want
yet.
you to listen to me, please. Everybody's sure that he knows what he's doing. He said to himself already, I'm in love with her. She'll be fine. We're going to have fun. You know, until one day she's going to make a face at him and he will lose his mind. He doesn't know how to deal with all this. And from here on, the movie of Alice in Wonderland will end. And now the reality will smack his face. And so now he use force, he use this. I don't know what they're going to do. Now, I'm saying to the guy, why are you in my office? Because you're so successful or you failed until now? If you're successful, you don't need my office. So if you came here, you have to listen to what we're telling you. Don't ask how many tears his wife sheds until he got into his brain that he will not be able to get out of this jail. The Gemara says, no inmate can free himself from jail. Somebody have to come, open your cell and tell you, okay, you're out. Somebody have to do it for you. But now, how many years passed of wasting time? How many years? And he's in nowhere's land, fights, tears, who knows what else, until he got to his mind that to make it in life, you have to be a different person. Partnership, you have to be patient, you have to be soft, you have to be pleasant, you have to be adin. Do you know what adin means?
Gentle.
Gentle. What you did until now, it got you somewhere? No. No, Habibik. We have to change. even if you write and you say, I'm not going to change, she have to change, okay, do whatever you want. You think it will work? It's not going to work. So even if they saying in my office, yes, we're going to change, do you know what each one thinking? I want to see what he going to change with. And he's saying to himself, let's see how she is going to change. That's how they leave my office. Promise me, yes, we're going to work. But each one is looking on the other one. Let's see, inspector, did you change already? And he looking at her, did you change? So why should I change? So now it's very difficult for me to work like this. I can't work because the atmosphere is still negative. I need a positive atmosphere. Positive thinking, positive approach, then we have something to work on. If not, no matter what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be successful. So now, we have to forget why only me. And soon I'll tell you why. Now I'm asking you a question. What stopping you from change?
I think it's comfort that the person is in, and habits that they have, over the years. It has become a habit, and to change that, it's going to take a long time.
But this habit destroying your life.
Yes, it is, but you're introducing something new, and to adjust to this new method of fixing the relationship might take some time.
Good. Are you a responsible person?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
Are you a responsible person?
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you're responsible, you know that you're in nowhere's land.
Yeah.
You're stuck on the highway. No gasoline. I have a habit to drive with an empty tank. Are you normal? That's my habit.
No.
Responsible people, before they go out, they fill up the tank. So I'll tell you why people are not changing.
Ego, I think.
They know they need it. They know it. But something is stuck. What? Lack of trust. We don't trust each other. Lack of hope. And lack of motivation. 3 things we're missing. I don't believe that I don't trust her that she is going to change. I don't trust him that he's going to change. I know this guy. He's a storyteller. He's not going to change. And he said she's like her mother exactly. Like a stamp. She's not going to change. So there is no hope. And there is no motivation. How can we change? Meir and Chaya, until they got into my office, They gave me a list of at least I saw 14 or 15 therapists and counselors that each one they claim that it was not good. All 15, they're not good. So I'll be now number 16. I'll be next. And I'm not used to this. I'll tell you what happened. The counselors told each one of them what they have to do. They saw it's difficult. And the Gemara says a person is not pointing himself and say, I am a Rasha. Did you see somebody like that? Yes, דבר כזה. There is something like that?
No, everybody points fingers at somebody else.
Exactly.
Unless they're responsible, then they'll take the initiative to change.
Welcome to my club. Okay. Now, who they blame? Who was
Each other. Each
Huh?
other.
Blames the other.
The spouse.
The in-laws, the parents, spouse.
the counselor?
Uh-huh.
He doesn't know what he's doing. בכלל. Always the counselor is to blame. At least we have somebody to blame, no?
So they go, Rabbi, to see a counselor so they can blame that person.
Absolutely.
So what if
Absolutely.
what if it's a relationship issue? Then it's both to blame, no? Like both have to work to communicate.
What person wants to say to himself, I am a Rasha?
Nobody.
So he sits on the chair already, waiting for me to tell him, you tzaddik, and you tzaddiket. Okay? So now, so I told them, why the counselors were no good according to you? So Meir jumped from the chair and he's saying to me, because he was always asking me to give him. He saw me as an easy cookie and he dumped everything on me. You change, you there. To my wife, he didn't say one word. Now, are we going to ask something from somebody that is irresponsible?
No, you can't trust someone like that.
So I
Can't-
told him, if the counselor told you to do things, meaning it
Rabbi,
trusts you that you're capable to do it. Why are you taking such a stand? If you shoter, we're not going to talk to you. In 1 second, he looked at me. He said, I never thought about it. He said, if I'll see that you dummy,
Rabbi,
wife, and I tell her, you know, between me and you, you
Igal,
a dummy.
Igal, go take a shower.
Please mute.
המים מטפטף שם, תסגור את
Hello,
המים.
hello.
Rosa.
Okay. So now, when the counselor telling you, you know, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, he is looking at you as a responsible person. Actually, he trusts you. But your way of thinking is so bad that you look at this as your friar. That's how bad it is. And he told me, I don't agree, I disagree to be all the time the one has to bend down, and I have all the time to compromise. Not to this life I was praying to Hashem. And not for this life I went to yeshiva for.
Mayor is saying this?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Meir don't trust his wife. Underneath, he doesn't trust his wife. Why? He say, if I'll be Mr. Nice Guy, she gonna take advantage of me. Sounds familiar?
Very.
Sounds familiar?
Yes,
right?
very
I'm not
much.
gonna be I'm not gonna be an idiot. Then she's gonna ride on me like and he has friends, advisors. Don't be friar. Don't be friar. Hello.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
somebody asked my husband, why does he go shopping, food shopping with me? Why does he help me? It's not a man's job. That was somebody advised my husband. Why do you go with your wife? Let her go by yourself. It's not a man's job.
Wow.
That's his friends?
That's his relative, Rabbi.
Oh, relative.
Next door neighbor.
צדיק.
וירבו צדיקים כאלה.
אוי ואבוי לי. Okay. The Gemara says a person don't see the faults in himself. We don't see it. It's a problem. So now, do you want to change the situation? Yes or no? My question is, your wife is a klafter, she's this, she's that, your husband is an idiot, he is this, he's lazy, but you want to change the situation, yes or no?
Yes.
The question is, how? Somebody have to jump a class, no?
By example.
Somebody have to say, you know what, okay, let her be the child, I'll be the adult, I'll be the good one, and Bezat Hashem shall follow. Somebody have to take initiative, somebody have to be responsible over here. Here is, I want to read you now a midrash. Pay attention and tell me what you say. Rab Shimon Bar Yochai, he is saying it. Mashal Libnei Adam, example, people sitting on a love boat, on the cruise. You on the cruise with your wife, with your kids, with 1,000 other people. The captain, I'm telling you, the midrash in the easy language, the captain walking by the cabins to see if everybody is fine, okay? Pitomi hears from one of the cabins, tick, 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 tick. I said, what's going on? He knock on the door. Hello? Open up. Nobody opens. He have the keys. The captain walks in. His eyes became black. Somebody with a
Drill?
with a hammer, air hammer.
Jackhammer?
He wants to drill in the ship, The captain told him, are you normal? What are you doing? He says, what do you care? I paid for my cabin. I can do whatever I want. He said, are you normal? Why are you doing it? He said, because I want to swim. He said, you want to swim? Go upstairs to the swimming pool. Why here? He says, I don't like the mime of the swimming pool. I like the natural one. I want to swim in the ocean. Told him, you shote. Everybody will sink. You want to swim, but the whole ship will sink. And Behemet, he made the hole. And the water coming in now. Now, here is the case. Everybody is running now to try to close the hole, yes? One person sits there with Coca-Cola. Kara says, guys, you're doing a nice job. And we're telling him, why don't you help? He says, I did not do it. I didn't do it. Why it's my problem? You're gonna sink. It's not my problem. That's normal?
Not at all.
No, right?
No,
Do
Rabbi.
we agree?
Yes.
Agree. Okay.
Rav, who gave this mashal? I'm sorry.
One second. Your wife made a drill. Now you have a big hole. The ship, meaning the house, starting to sink. We're sinking. The children, the families, the husband sits there and says, I didn't do it. You're gonna sink. Hello. Okay. But at least we're sinking. I'll die knowing that it wasn't my fault. Is it normal?
No.
No,
It
the whole
sounds like the whole Jewish nation.
Ma?
It sounds to me like the whole Jewish nation right now.
That's the whole. Now we're taking it house by house. The wife will sink. The children will be devastated, also will sink. He will sink for sure. His parents will sink. Her parents will sink. Everybody will sink. It's not my fault. I didn't drill it.
There's one in every family like that.
Imagine you are in the war. You didn't see a battlefield. Okay? We were there. Now, one soldier is not that good. He doesn't know what he's doing. They shooting at him. Misken, he doesn't know what to do. And we're saying to the friend, cover for him. You go shoot. Misken, he doesn't know. He said, why? It's my problem. Let him die. That's normal. How many homes sunk already? Tell me. How many kids are orphaned while the parents are still alive? Why? Because nobody wants to say it's my fault. Nobody wants to bend. Nobody wants to give in. Either is a hole, the ship is sinking. Let it sink. It's not my problem. we all admitted that it's not normal. Yes or no?
Yes.
100%, Rabbi.
I agree, yes.
Why are you so quiet?
We
We're
are
stuck.
thinking. We are thinking.
You think?
Sinking in.
Yes.
Listening with Kavana, Rabbi.
We don't care who made the hole. Who's going to save the hole? Who's going to cover the hole and save the sheep?
Go Ivan.
Is he a person or is he a friar? What is he?
Person.
A responsible person or is a friar and say, why should I do it?
Usually the friar. He's friar. He says, why should I fix it?
A responsible person.
The one who's going to fix it and close the hole, he is the hero.
Right.
So why, instead of being a hero, you're looking at me and you're telling me, why you making me a korban? Why I have to be the sacrifice now? Because I'm easy? No, because your ship is sinking. Hello. No matter who made the hole now, if you're responsible, close the hole. Did you think about it once? The answer is no.
No.
The answer is no. You don't even have to answer. I answer for you. Nobody thought about this.
Not in the way Rav
Your
presented
ship
it.
is sinking, and you saying now it's not my fault. It is, well, let him close the hole. You're gonna sink also. And your kids that you're claiming that you love also going to sink. Only this recognition, it's enough for you to change. It's that I don't want my ship to sink. So I'll take responsibility, even though it's not my fault. You can say yourself, it's not my fault, not this, but you're gonna be the hero of the town. I saved my boat. I saved my ship.
Rabbi, people don't recognize that. They
No.
think, oh, let somebody else be the loser and do it.
That's it. Because they don't see that the ship is sinking. Even by the bad din, they're getting a get, so it's not my fault.
Because I think their ego is playing, Rabbi. For men to give in, it's like hard because they have ego.
No. The Gemara says he's a shote.
Stupidity.
He's a shote. Why? Irresponsible. You signed the ketubah, you said I'll be responsible for my wife, for my kids. Where is it? You know what responsible means? You know what responsible means?
You're the captain.
Exactly. You see, that's why, when I went to the army, this is the first thing they told me. We're giving you 100 people under you. You're going to be responsible for all of them. What a responsibility. 100 people. If something happened to one of my soldiers, how I'm going to face the parents tomorrow? What I'm going to say? Where were you? You the captain. Why you let it happen? What responsibility? I'm telling you, sleepless nights I had. Chas v'shalom, somebody will get wounded. Whom do you think they're going to blame? Only me. You're the captain. And can I come and say, it's not my problem? Every man that came to my office will tell you then I'm not talking to soldiers. Your wife is a soldier. I'm talking to the captain. You are the captain. A man is a captain. And I'm not going to take any excuses from no man. Because we're expecting him to perform. No matter what it takes. No matter what it takes. If you don't want your soldiers to lose their life. When the ship is sinking and the captain comes to person and tell him, you know, why don't you help? He say, why are you coming only to me? Why me? Why don't you tell him? Do you want to stay alive? Yes or no?
You are home here with her.
I'm coming to you because you're capable. Pick yourself up and do something. You didn't do this whole. Okay, fine. But because of this hole, you're going to sink also. I don't know why people don't get it. I don't know why. When a person say, why only me? He is not living in the reality. I don't know where is he, but he is not in reality. So write it down. The one who invests will make money. You have to invest in order to gain. It's easy to invest. The business people over here, it's easy to invest? Ah,
No.
No.
sign checks, sometimes you hand
Not
shake it
easy.
up.
A lot of
See
decisions. A
profit,
lot
I will
of
not see
thinking.
profit. But you have to invest. Either you mashkia, either you shokea. It's the same letters. Leashkia is to invest. Lishkoa is to sink. If you're not going to invest, you're going to sink, Habibik. Same letters. Same thing. The one who gives, at the end, is going to get everything. And the one who throws compliments is the happiest person on earth. Everybody will love you. I don't want to tell you what happened when they made me a party at my last day in the army. First of all, they didn't want me to leave. They did everything, and the army did things that is not that normal. They went to speak with my father. Maybe he has some influence on me, so I should stay more in the army. I should sign for 5 more years. I said, I'm not staying here. I had enough. I got the message. But the party, I'm telling you, it was like a funeral. Everybody cried. They said, maybe you change your mind. Maybe you stay. Why you have to leave us? Well, we were so bad. I said, no, I'll miss you, Behemet. But I have to go on. I have a wife. Already. I have to go on, I have other responsibilities that I have to take care of. I did my share. I gave my share, the best of my ability. I was responsible for everything. And now I have to fulfill the responsibility that I signed for to my wife. And then my kids. And that's it. Well, no matter what it takes, no matter what it takes, you're captain. Either you sink, either you're going to be collecting profits. There is no middle ground over here. Either or. So now, if you're really interested to make a change, if you want to be the initiator, pay attention. You have to do it with all your koach, with all your power, all your strength. And the most important point is, don't look at your spouse. Don't look there, let's see what she's doing, or let's see what he's doing. I'm going to be the motor. Every home, there is a motor, and there is people that sitting in the back, and there is a person that's pulling, and there are people that been pulled. Do you want to be the one to be pulled? Or you want to be the motor? Anybody home?
The motor.
Yes, Rabbi.
Motor.
Yes, we are here.
You want to be pulling, you want to give it direction.
Welcome to the men's world. Ima should be a motor with the children. There she should be the motor. In the house, who is in charge? Abba is the motor. And he, korban, not korban, sacrifice, friar, no friar. Call me any name that you want.
Kudab, I wanted to ask you a question regarding that. Doesn't the Torah say that the women are supposed to be like advisors and kind of steering the men towards the right direction? So sometimes we both take the same role, don't know?
There is advisors. You know, Mr. Trump also have advisors.
I see what you mean. So, but bottom line, that's his
The
word.
bottom line, he is saying what's going to happen.
Even if the wife completely disagrees. I'm not saying that I have a situation like that, but I'm just wondering.
That's why everybody has to know the place. I'm only advising, but the decision is all yours.
Wow. But even if she knows that he's going to steer the boat towards the rocky surface?
Now, if you married a responsible man, so you have to trust him that he knows what he's doing.
Okay. Is it a part of also trusting Hashem to steer him to the right direction?
Hashem is not even a question.
No, because I'm saying, like, I don't have the situation. I'm just like wondering if, let's say, we're trusting in Hashem, bottom line, he will make sure that you're being steered towards the right direction. Is that what you're trying to say? If like we're trusting them, you know what I mean?
It all depends on the level of the Yirat Shamayim that we have.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that your husband is responsible enough, right? And you trust him that he is responsible. Otherwise, if you want to breathe over his neck all the time. So whom did you marry? A child?
No, I mean, I understand what you mean. It's just I know some relationships where the woman typically takes the in charge role and the husband is not necessarily, he doesn't like to take charge. You know some relationships like that?
And men don't like to take charge. This is not that normal. It's not that normal. Every man is born to take charge. Sometimes his wife don't let him take charge.
I see what you mean.
So he gave up already. He said, you know what? Okay, you be. To tell you that it's the healthy one? No. Not for the
Even
kids.
if the men are sometimes submissive?
מה זה?
You know, some men are kind of submissive. So they end up marrying a woman that's more in charge. Like submissive, like they'll go with the flow, you know?
Okay, so that's what they need.
I see what you mean. Okay, thank you.
We call it extraordinary case. He needs a wife, ככה. She'll be...
Kod Harav, there was a video of you actually talking about simanim, like zodiac signs, things like that. Doesn't it also take into effect of the character, of the person's character?
We can change, we can, you know...
Overcome or, okay.
A character is a character, but you have to know where to use it, how to use it, when to use it, how much to use it. There's a lot to learn.
Do you mind talking about it once?
Ma?
Would you mind talking about it once?
No.
About simanim? That would be so interesting. Because I noticed it also in my kids, like the simanim, like you actually notice like some of the characteristics from the simanim are in the kids as well. And then you talk to them differently depending on what, you know, zodiac sign they are.
What simanim are you talking about?
I'm talking about like zodiac signs.
Ah. The horoscope.
Yeah. Because I notice in myself, like I know like my weakness in my horoscope and I try to change that. You know, it kind of like zeroes in on the tikkun, I guess you could say, right?
All this, if you're going with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Israel is above the nature.
No, of course, we need to change our zodiac sign, right?
Yeah, that's a character.
But we need to know.
It's a character, yes, it's a character. Depends on the star that was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting class. But somebody have to take charge. You see, when it comes to the kids, you are in charge.
Mm-hmm. Because I already seen my kids, which one is more, like my son is really submissive to a certain extent. My daughter, she's like this fire.
So, Rabbi, can I ask a question on that?
Yes.
If in the relationship, let's say the wife is, like Rabbi said, the motor for the children, and the house is the motor of the whole home. So then if the wife wants to do something one way and the husband has a different mahalach, a different way of raising children, how do they put that together then? Because Rabbi said the wife is really the one who motors the children.
So if they smart, they have two tools. As the Gemara said, לעולם תהיה שמאל דוחה וימין מקרבת. You see, we have two hands.
Yes.
With the left, you give kara push, and the right, you
bring close.
We need them both.
Need a balance.
You need a balance. Because sometimes Ima is too nice.
Right.
As usual. Or sometimes she's overreacting to this side.
Right.
To the hormones and the moods and who knows what. We're expecting the father to be the
balancing out. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rabbi, for clarifying. Thank you.
Okay. Now, you cannot go forward if you're suspecting that your spouse is not doing anything to move forward. Because you want to see results, chick-chack. Did you see once a person stuffing a duck? No? Okay, people in Israel, there is something that called a liver of a duck. Very expensive, and you pay arm and a leg. Why? It's a liver of a duck. Okay. So now you have to stuff the duck in order to grow much faster. So it doesn't eat kacha like a duck. They put something in his mouth, black. They choking the duck with food. But imagine somebody put food and right away he is patting on the back of the duck to see how much he grew up already. You have to wait. Let them digest it and let it go through the system and so on. It's not going to get fat on the spot. Changes, don't expect from your spouse to do changes on the spot. You decided to change. Be the motto. Can you be a motto looking at it this way? You driving? Are you changing? It's not going to happen. There's going to be an accident. So now, what happened? He said, I tried. She didn't come along. Now he is disappointed, and he said, there is no hope. So my advice to everybody is, instead of kvetching all day long, why me, I'm the friar, I'm the korban. What happened when Am Israel was on the verge of Yam Suf? Somebody have to jump in, no?
Yes.
Who wants to be the friar to jump first? Is he a friar?
No. Somebody needs to take action, like Rabbi said. He needs to start.
Nachshon ben Aminadav was the first one to jump. He says, I'll jump. Gamarnu. Oh. He always stays in the Torah. You're the first one to jump to the water. What a reward. Year after year, class after class, they learning. Nachshon ben Aminadav lemate Yehuda. He was the first one to jump. Everybody says, you friar, what are you doing? You're going to die. What a friar, huh? That's it. Some people, they come into my office, they're so sure that they right. He say, if she'll do the changes that I want, I'll be 50 times better. I'll be better. But first of all, I need to see according to my emet, that she is changing according to what I want. Is it fair? You think it will change? Huh? You think it will change?
No, it's a bad attitude.
What attitude does he have?
Chutzpah. It's gava.
stubbornness.
Stiff neck.
Either is my
Stiff
way,
neck.
if you do what I want, if you're not, forget it. Either is my way or you take the highway. This will never work. Now, stubbornness is something that is good.
In certain
Yes,
ways,
yes.
Stubbornness in what?
In good way, yes.
Directed
In
towards
good way, yes.
Hashem. Directed towards Hashem. Towards the Torah, to the mitzvos.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
In good way, yeah.
That's a good way. But when we want to interact with people, it's the worst. You cannot be stubborn. And befrat when it coming to husband and wife, whoa. Forget stubbornness. Forget it. It's not existing. Now you have to be like a sponge. This way, that way, that way, this way. Forget about your stiff neck. Okay. Now I'll tell you what happened once. I had a lady over here that she was sure that whatever she does is according to the Torah, the tzedek, justice and emet, and everything went kara. To the kids, she did the same thing. Not emet. Tach, tach, tach. Her child became 16 years old. He started to be rebellion. Forgot what they taught him at home. Bichlal. They threw him from the yeshiva. He came home, no schooling, no yeshiva, no klum. I don't want to tell you what he did at home. He brought all kinds of things that the parents did not like. His mother told him, you have two choices. Either you throw everything out or you're going to go out. He chose the second option. He said, I'm leaving the house. She said, leave. He went to this uncle, this one, because everybody, after a month or two, threw him out because it was not a good environment. One day, he's saying to his mom, Ima, if I don't find a place, you're going to meet me by the cemetery. I'm going to commit suicide. Opa. So right away, they brought him home. And now they start to look for a yeshiva for kids like that. Unfortunately, there is many yeshivot today for kids like that. That the parents went only after the justice, after they met, and this, not chokhmah. Straightforward. Now the parents that I know, we were too tough. You cannot be right. Don't forget this point. Never ever. Don't be right. Be smart. Not always when you're right, it will lead you to a good place. Somebody chasing a person with a gun, the person was able to hide himself, and the person with the gun found a person on the street, he said, did you see someone over here that running and he is hiding? Now he's saying only emet. He says, yes, the person that you're looking for is there. What do you think happened? He went there, tach, 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 and zeu. And the Cantor said, why did you say it? He said, I'm a truthful person. I'm saying only emet. I knew he's there. I said, he's there. Why, when we see that the ship is about to sink, some people, they know that they need a change, but a chick-chack, and then I tell this man, you do A, B, C, D. He says, okay, and he's doing now whatever. I'll tell him. Why did you wait until now? Now he don't say to me, why only me? Because he knows we're going to sink. Do you want your kids one day to look at you and they say, why you neglected us? Why didn't you put an effort to stay with mommy? How come you didn't prevent all the damage that you caused us? Now we have to go to therapy and this. You a responsible Abba. Who's thinking on these terms? What are you going to say to your kids? The kids that you love so much, you're going to look at you and say, you destroyed our life. All the abuse that we saw that going on, we got hurt. You wounded us after all. Because you were always right. And you didn't want to bend. And you're not a responsible person. Now, all the slicha that you're going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, you think it will help now? What is going to help? The damage is done already. Damage is done. Where were you when you were still at home and we're looking for somebody responsible? Where were you? You disappeared. Sometimes the person asking why only me, because he's not fit for his kavod. A wife saying to herself, until now I ate the maror that he fed me. Now let him chase after me. Now I'll play hide and seek. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's not a kid's game. Forget your kavod, forget everything. You're damaging your own kids. Tell me something. How many kids today goes to therapy?
A large majority, Rabbi.
Oh, too many, way too many.
Many, and from a young age.
And it doesn't even help a lot of kids, sadly.
And a lot of them have to go to antidepressants, or there's young kids even committing suicide at 10, 12 because of everything going on.
Why?
Because of us, we act like children and they have to be the adults.
Who is responsible?
Parents.
Are we responsible people that we can trust? Hashem trusted you, gave you kids. Hashem trusted you. Can you come tomorrow to your child who says, I cannot trust you? And the child will look at you and say, can I trust you? Every day that I'm here in the house, you're destroying my life. Another wound, another scar, and again and again. And you staying to your guns, why only me? Why only me? Why only you? Because you're the captain. That's why you.
Harav.
Yes.
Also, it goes down another generation. It doesn't end. It can go down it can go down generations, at least to grandchildren.
Let me ask the real estate people over here. Ari, you're going to the auction, okay? Let's say you have a partner. You fighting with your partner, who is going to beat? You and me, or me. The partner say, you're gonna beat. He said, no, you're gonna beat. Meantime, the house that you wanted to buy, somebody else sold it. He bought it. Why? Because you, me, you. It reminds me, my father-in-law came new to Israel, and he didn't know the buses, so what? So my uncle took him to bus number 5, and now they opening up the door. My father-in-law saying to my uncle, "Bechavut, you go up first." Say, no, you go first. You go first. My uncle went up, and the driver got kriza, and he shut the door. One stayed on the bus, and one stayed on the sidewalk. You, me, me. At the end, somebody will stay by himself. My dear parents, to prevent yourself to have later on a bad taste in your mouth, and your life will not be as pleasant as they should be. You'll come to an age that you want to see your kids married. You want to enjoy them. You invested. Now I want to see, where is my reward? Where is the interest? Interest on my investment. And the investment keep giving you slaps. So get yourself into your hands before it's going to be too late. Don't say, why me? Why the rabbi always catch me as a korban? And this. A chacham should overcome his weakness. Get yourself a boost. Be the motor. Start moving the train into the right direction. Leave your kavod to the side. and fix your house. Rehab. Because now you're building for the future. At the end, you're going to enjoy it, your wife going to enjoy it, your kids going to enjoy it, and after you leave this world, you're going to enjoy it also. Don't forget this point. We're not investing for now only. We're investing for eternity. Eternity. So we'll better invest now all the kavod and the stubbornness and fire and sacrifice and everything. Scrap it. Not shayach. The ship is not allowed to sink. We'll do everything to save this. Otherwise, it's me, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, everybody will need a therapy. At the end, you're gonna find out that when you gave in and everybody called you a friar, you were the best investor in the whole world. And the reward is huge. In this world and in the world to be. So it's only you. Only me. It was a song once, if I'm not mistaken, it was Only You. You remember this? Huh?
Yes.
I still remember, Kara. Only you, right?
Rav, can I ask a question on that? If that's okay.
And there is a song in Hebrew, Ani ve'ata neshane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata, we're going to change the whole world. We're not going to change the world. Let's change our own house. That's it. It's doable, it's possible. It's been done every day. In my office, you can see it every day. With all the criticism that I take, everything that I'll take everything. I'll get it. You can pound on me whatever you want. But I'm a stubborn person, as you know me. Right? If I'll get you into my plier, I'm not going to leave it unless you're going to change. What's the question that you wanted to ask me?
Thank you, Rav. I wanted to know, so just to clarify, so when we're changing, we're doing it for ourselves. We're not going to look at the other person and measure where they're up to. Is that correct, Rav?
Correct.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Rav.
Again, for the woman to be the motor, this is not the natural way. I'm expecting the man to be the motor.
I meant to take charge.
Take charge, be responsible. You promise to take care of the wife. You, by hook or by crook, you're going to take care of her. No matter what mood she is, no matter what she is, I'm a responsible person. I'll stick to my words.
Thank you very much, Rav. Thank you.
Then his wife will respect him. He will be a king in the house. The outside probably will call him a friar. We'll call him any name that you want. The Torah will call him a man, melech, a hero. So choose. You want to be popular by people or popular by Hashem? And that's how I'm going to leave you. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Rav.
Thank you, Rabbi.
9 o'clock,
Thank
9
you, Rabbi.
o'clock, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi.
1 o'clock tomorrow. And at 9 o'clock tomorrow again. I can tell you what is the topic for tomorrow.
Yes, Rav, please.
Ah,
Yes, Rav, please.
you.
Yes, yes.
So I tell you what I prepared.
Sure.
Why I don't feel any more feelings toward my spouse.
Wow.
That's a bomb right there.
Another bomb tomorrow before Shabbat.
The Rav
Thank you, Rav.
keeps them
So
coming.
I'll give you time to
Thank you,
recover
Rabbi.
from my bombas.
You keep throwing bombs at us.
Right.
Yes,
Good ones.
Thank you.
I'll keep it coming.
Thank you, Rav.
A lot of good
Thank you,
witnesses.
Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Thank you
Good
for
night,
coming.
Rabbi. Thank you. See you in
Thank
the
you,
morning.
Father. What a beautiful
Thank you,
lecture.
Rabbi.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Laila Tov.
Laila Tov.
Bye, Rabbi. Thank
Laila
you.
Tov, everybody. Laila Tov. Orlando, Laila Tov, Orlando.
Thank you,
עולם
Rabbi.
השקר,
See you tomorrow.
לילה טוב לעולם השקר.
Good night, Rabbi.